Hello, I'm Ron Filio with Filio Agency Insurance, and welcome to Filio.com. Insurance for snowplow businesses is very important. If you own and operate a snowplow, you want to make sure you have the correct insurance. I'm going to go over a couple of basic ideas for snowplow businesses. If you have a snowplow business, there's basically two ways we can operate. One of them is I have a snowplow in my vehicle. I only plow for myself and my own properties, and I'm not plowing for anybody else for money. Under your typical commercial auto policy, and a lot of times under a personal auto policy, you do not need to do anything or add any coverage. Your liability is going to extend to your vehicle as long as you're not plowing for money. But let's talk about the snowplow business that is plowing for money and going out and doing jobs for hire and for other people. Very important, your personal auto policy most likely is going to exclude those types of activities. You're going to want to have a commercial policy that covers you for snowplowing operations. There's a couple ends to it. We want to cover the truck for liability in case you injure somebody or damage someone's property. This is the most important part of the policy for a snowplow company. If you damage other property or injure somebody, your liability is going to pick that up. Make sure you're carrying enough liability coverage. A good independent agent can help you figure out how much coverage you need. The next thing is, do you need coverage for the truck and the plow itself? If it's a newer vehicle and a newer plow setup, those can get very expensive to replace, so if they're damaged or stolen, you want to make sure that the insurance company would reimburse you for that. That coverage would come under physical damage coverage, or it's also sometimes separated out as collision and comprehensive coverage under the auto policy. Talk with your agent about that. It's usually based on the value of the equipment and the truck. But very important, if you want coverage for that, you have to request that. The other thing with this is hired and non-owned auto coverage. If you have a snowplow business and there's other people out plowing for you on your behalf using their own trucks, make sure you add a coverage called hired. That's for vehicles that you hire, and non-owned vehicles. That's for vehicles you don't own, that the liability from your policy extends to the operations for people that you hire. Being from Wisconsin, we are very familiar with snowplow insurance. If you need help in plowing, in covering your plow operations, many times it's a landscape operation, and then in winter they plow. We are very familiar with these type of operations, and we can help you with your coverage. Talk to a good independent agent. They can also help you as well.